What up, YouTube? It's Alex, and I'm back again for another video. And today, I do every Monday, today is Walking Dead Monday. So let's go. So last night premiered season 8, episode 2 of Walking Dead, and it was pretty interesting. So, and also, if you have not watched episode 2 or episode 1, turn around, stop this video, and go watch both episodes. Then go back and watch my review on episode 1, and then get back here and watch up for episode 2. So yeah, let's just jump right into episode 2 of Walking Dead, episode 101, since season premiere was 100. So not a lot has actually happened between the two episodes, between episode 1 and episode 2. Maybe a few more outposts being shot down. I don't know what's really going on. They don't really explain what's happening, but so you can kind of get the general gist of what's going on in it. But so yeah, so it's episode 2 of Walking Dead, of season 8. In all honesty, I like this episode more than episode 1. Episode 1, nothing really actually happened. The war started, but not that much. Like, I would have much rather have had a lot more happen in episode 1 of, like, to actually kick off the war. I also didn't really like in this episode, though, that how they left episode 1. They leave you with a cliffhanger. They leave you with Father Gabriel in the clutches of Negan, and sitting there saying, "You got your shitting pants on? Oh, because you're going to be shitting." They don't ever go on to anything else with Negan, really, of like what's happening with Father Gabriel. Maybe Father Gabriel's being tortured by Negan. Maybe Negan and maybe the Saviors got Negan out of that little trailer that and just shot it all up and got him out. I don't know. Maybe that happened, and they saved him because he's their fearless leader. So they gotta save him, of course. What else are they gonna do? They gotta save him, as of course. So I feel like that's probably gonna happen in the next episode. That they're gonna show Negan finally getting out, but you don't know what the fate of Father Gabriel is, really, because they ended with him just basically being shocked that he's there with Negan. So what's gonna happen? They never touched upon that. I'm pretty sure in the last scene you see his face, but you don't know what actually is happening with him. They don't actually go and be like, "Oh yeah, this is what's happening with Father Gabriel." In all honesty, I feel like he's gonna be. It's gonna almost be exactly like what they did to Daryl. That they're gonna torture him, but let's hope that they are not going to do that stupid song again of Easy Street. Oh my god. When I was rewatching that season with Daryl being tortured, oh my god. And you just keep hearing Easy Street over and over again. Oh my god, it nearly just killed me. And then finding Eugene doing that too, listen to that too. Ugh. But anyways, let's get back to season 8, episode 2. So, it starts off with them basically starting a battle. Oh wait, no, I lied. It starts off with King Ezekiel and Carol and people from the kingdom, sitting there battling it out with some zombies, and also trying to battle it out with with whatchamacallits, with saviors. So yeah, that was pretty interesting to just come off right off the bat of bam, zombies, saviors, and they're trying to battle both of them. That was pretty impressive. And yeah, I like that part of that. That was pretty cool. I also like how on Talking Dead, if anyone watches that, it is hilarious of watching the memorial of it. I always love watching their final farewells to anyone on the show. I really like it also when it actually is a main character or someone that you've grown to like actually like in the show who unfortunately dies. But I like watching it of what is their final words to kind of put them at rest with. And for that scene where they're fighting those zombies, it was the urgent care zombies, and I just love that's what they called it. what they called them. It was hilarious. And so then you go to with automatically over to Rick, and them taking over that. Basically, they're taking the dang thing all over again. Oh my god, they already they already fought off the saviors to get this um outpost that they're fighting for again. They already got it. They already won it. And that's when you first kind of know Negan a little bit more of the bashing of the head. That's when you first see the pictures of the bashing of the heads. You see a whole bunch of stuff, and that's also the episode that Carol and Maggie get kidnapped, and then they go off into their own episode. But so they're taking that outpost all over again. Oh my god, Rick, send some of your people out there and kind of protect that outpost because you know they're gonna come back. Why are you just don't do that. Leave your people there. Leave a few people there to protect the outpost, and they can just fight off the saviors themselves. There you go. I didn't really like that they had to fight for the outpost again, yet again, for the second time. Oh my god, keep that outpost. Maybe they'll finally keep this outpost. I don't know. Or maybe that was their plan originally, was to give them back the outpost, basically, and let more saviors come in so they can kill more of them. I don't know. But they didn't even end up killing any of them, though. So what was the point, really? So, yeah. And then... Wait, I was so confused with where Rick was and where, Morgan and all of them were. I was so confused because it looked like two separate places, but apparently it was the same place. I'm pretty sure that they all went to this one to the outpost all together, but I'm pretty sure they the where Rick and Daryl were, that did not look anything like the outpost. That looked like some abandoned building that the saviors have taken over and that they're trying to take over the whole place all by themselves. I don't know. Maybe they can actually successfully do it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they did. Cause you see, in when they first start taking over that outpost, you see Daryl's arrows into zombies, and then sitting there going and fighting into the outpost. So I'm pretty sure they might be in the same building. I don't honestly know. It was really weird because they were trying to look for outlook towers, and this place didn't look like they really had outlook towers. They had satellites. Unless they're thinking that the satellites are outlook towers, I don't know what the heck they're trying to find. What Daryl and Rick are possibly trying to find in this, I have zero ideas. But then I also like the part of where you see Daryl actually go into kind of a little cell. Basically, it almost looked like a basic cell of what he was in when Negan took him captive. It looked almost exactly like it. And then if you notice on the radiator or whatever pipe it is in there, on the piping, there's a pair of handcuffs if you look at it. And only one is cuffed to the actual pipe. I kind of thought that was like a little bit of a jab at season 1 when Rick locks Merle up on top of the store, and then they end up going back and finding out that his hand's chopped off. Because also, if you look at it, you see blood all over the ground. You see blood. There's a lot of little things in that one scene that you see the handcuffs on the pipe. You see the blood on the ground. But the one thing is, you don't see the hand. So that might mean that person might have sawed their hand off or somehow popped their hand off and made some blood on the ground and got out. Who knows? But, and then you also see the dog food sandwich that Daryl had when he was kept captive. That it was the exact same food that he had to eat. That they sat there, they made him a random sandwich made out of dog food. But this one, you also see that they left the can of dog food in there. So maybe I have no idea what that could be jabbing at, but it was kind of jabbing at Merle and Daryl in that scene. I feel because it was a little bit of jab at Daryl being held captive at Negan's outpost, at his actual like home base, and then also Merle's hand with the handcuffs on the pipe. So I feel like it was a jab at the Dixon brothers. Um, so I found it very interesting. And um, then with the baby, that was just so bizarre. Oh my goodness, I was so confused of why is there a baby now? We already have Judith. Why do we need another baby added into the mix of the show? Yes, I know Judith is now like 3 and she aged like 2 years in the matter of months between season 7 ending and episode 1 of season 8. But why do we need another baby? And whose baby is it? Oh my goodness! I feel like it's that guy who Rick ends up killing. I feel like it might be his baby, in all honesty, because Rick looks in, there's the baby, and then I lied. Rick looks in, there's a woman's room, and this guy just magically appears, and then afterwards he sees the baby. Um, but I also want to know, what did they do with the baby? Did they like take it, leave it? What was their what did they do with that thing? Oh my goodness! It's so this show has so many questions because I don't even know why. And um, then we go to the battle at the right outside some outpost. We don't know what outpost it is. We're assuming it's an outpost too. We don't because it's all full of saviors, so it's got to be an outpost. Um, but they already know that like the war has basically already started, and um, so yeah, I was so confused with that too. Of were they were the car were the people in the cars also at the exact same place, the exact same outpost, or were they fighting two different battles at the exact same time? Cause I don't know, it was so bizarre, and then and so confusing to follow. And then you lose someone from Negan's side. You lose a few people from Negan's side. I'm pretty sure. You also lose one person from Rick's side. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good that Rick's group is doing pretty well because they are winning this thing already. But it also comes at a price of um, Aaron's boyfriend. He gets shot, and if you've read the comics, you already know the inevitable of what's happening with him. Because in the comics, they end up killing him off. I'm gonna just break all your hearts out there. He's gonna die. He is most likely gonna die within the next episode or two, and that also unfortunately means that we will be saying goodbye to another character who dies in the same comic as him. So that means that, and they die at the exact same battle. So I don't know what they're going to be doing with that, what AMC's going to be doing with that, because they die at the exact same battle. It's King Ezekiel's right hand man, Jerry. Jerry ends up dying in the comics too. With I'm pretty sure the guy's name is Eric. I don't know if I'm wrong. Leave a comment down below of so I can correct myself on this, because I'm thinking that it's Eric. I could be totally wrong, but okay. So then he gets shot, and that's the ending scene for those two of Aaron putting him on putting his arm on his shoulder, and sitting there and just being like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna try to make it to wherever. I don't even know where the heck they're gonna go. I think because if you watch the like afterwards and you watch the little bit of the commercial, I'm pretty sure they're heading towards the hilltop. But what are they gonna do at the hilltop? There's no one there. The doctor is at whatever it's called. I still can't remember the name of what Negan's head sanctuary is. That's probably the name of it. Is the sanctuary? I don't even know. But where his head places, that's where the doctor is. So where are they running to? They don't have any doctors really, because Negan's group has either killed the doctors, or they are taken and they are used for Negan's own purposes. So, what where are you running to, people? Where? And then I also like it how I'm gonna go off on a rant about this commercial now too, about next episode. Um, and it's been in a few commercials now too, of King Ezekiel sitting there saying, um, "We won our first fight, we will win our second. That will lead to our third, and so on and so forth." Little does he know that because since they're following the comics so apparently very well, that AMC will be following the comics very well, that they will not be winning a lot of them. That out of those few that I think he said probably at least 5 of the battles that he was talking about, they're gonna lose at least 2. Because in the comics they have a lot of battles in the comics, but they lose about 5 to 7 of them, and I'm pretty sure out of like, I don't even know. I want to, because I know it has to come out pretty good because they end up winning it. I'm gonna break out. I'm just gonna ruin it for you all. They're gonna win. If you don't recall episode 1 with Old Man Rick, you can already see that they're gonna win, and Rick's gonna become old, and become Old Man Rick. And so you can already guarantee that they're gonna totally win this war. I love though that in this episode they did not bring Old Man Rick back. Let's go. I was not that pleased with Old Man Rick already being introduced in episode 1. That was way too early. But I also did like it how they brought in Ezekiel's tiger. That was awesome. And the tiger, I think it's Shiva or something like that. If I'm wrong, leave it down below. But so, and that thing just destroyed that savior. I would have liked them to use the tiger a little bit more, just because. But I know that it's gonna be kind of hard with AMC trying to fit in the tiger because it's all animated. Because you can clearly tell it's animated. It's not a real tiger. Because let's be honest here, they're not trying to put everyone's lives at risk. For all I know, they could actually probably have a real tiger. They could be using a tiger for something. I don't even know. Probably not though. I feel like it's all animated. Most of the scenes are animated with that tiger. But I would like to see them use more use the tiger more in the next few episodes with Ezekiel, of like he's actually using her as a power to try to help them win this thing. Because if you saw any of the commercials, you kind of see what the inevitable fate of the tiger actually is. And if you've read the comics, you already know what this tiger's fate kind of is, of what's happening with her and stuff like that. And so, that she gets surrounded by zombies. If you didn't see that in one of the commercials, she gets surrounded by zombies. So I would really like it to actually see them use the tiger to their advantage as much as possible while they still have her, because they somewhat use her in the comics, but not that much. Not as much as I would have liked them to do it in the comics, but maybe they will make it up for that in the show, since they are loosely basing the show off the comics. But yeah, I would love to see that. Of just watching that. And then I keep feeling like in the next few episodes that they're gonna be getting having little jabs at the new group that they're gonna be meeting. Hopefully by the end of the season. I hope it's not gonna be mid-season finale that they're gonna meeting. I'm gonna be meeting this group, because that means that war is gonna be over by mid-season. But I feel like in the next few episodes, just knowing AMC, that they are liking to put little jabs in there about different things, that they're gonna put something in there about the new group that they're going to be meeting, um, hopefully next season, which is the Whisperers. I really hope that they put that at the that they're gonna. I kind of hope they don't. I don't know. I'm mixed between it of putting something in there from the Whisperers of like saying, "Hey, do you hear that?" Or something like that. Because at the end of one of the commercials, they do say that of, "Do you hear that?" Or "Do you hear whispers?" Um, and so that was already a jab right at the off the bat, right before the season even began. So I feel like they probably are going to be doing that not till the last few episodes of Walking Dead, episode. Uh, what am I talking about? Episode season 8, and so yeah. So episode 2 overall was pretty interesting. Um, should be more. It should have been a little bit more action packed than it was, of actually not staying in one place, of like, okay, we got this outpost, okay, we're gonna start moving and we're gonna start planning about where we're gonna go next and stuff like that. And kind of talking to Dwight a little bit more, of like, okay, Dwight, what's going on, where are the outposts, what do we have to expect at these outposts, and all that. I also, and oh man, how could I forget this, of when Morgan finally comes out of that, out of the outpost, and you see the one guy, the one with the really long hair, and the one that Morgan ends up pointing the gun at, and so badly wants to shoot him. I felt like they should have just let him, because of all the things that guy has done to Morgan. Just so much pain, that he's just caused, the kingdom in itself, because he sat there and he was the one who was like, "Oh, give me your gun" to Richard, and then basically was just wanting Richard dead the whole time in season 7. Um, I would have totally been okay with Morgan just sitting there and shooting him. If I was one of those, if I was Jesus, I would have been like, go ahead. And I know that Jesus was kind of more of the, we must be at peace with them and we can't kill them. I have no idea why. I would have just been like, okay, like they lay down their weapons, they get out of there, and then just open fire on them. I would have totally done that. I know that's pretty dark, but they, you gotta send a message somehow. You gotta send a message to Negan of like, we're not joking here. We are starting this thing, and we are going to start a war here. Um, that this is happening. This is real, and